Classic's truck has been a pretty smooth ride so far. For a crew of forklift drivers, office and phone workers, they've done extremely well. But there's still one very big test: bodywork.
We've reached that moment when months and months of hard work, sweat, and labor come down to this. Everything blows apart in just one day.
So will this team match up against the best builders in the country? That's the million-dollar question.
This looks completely together.
Yeah, we got it there, Dan.
Nice. And now it's going to come apart?
Unfortunately, yeah, it's time to blow it apart and get it ready for paint.
We took a truck that we spent, well, quite a while here building, and we turned around and ripped it all apart in one day.
Nearly 6 months of work has gone into this truck. Who says builders aren't sentimental?
We started disassembling the truck. We started with the bed to get it out of our way so we can go ahead and reach basically all the bolts and everything easier, reach the exhaust system.
A team of 6 can make pretty quick work of this job. It helps that we're the ones who put it together. We know where the bolts are and the sizes. Fumbling around the toolbox should be at a minimum. The only thing that could slow us down will be the number of half-inch sockets we have and the number of bags we have to put parts into.
Edgar, do you have a bag for this?
From there, we moved up to the front, dealing with the fenders and the inner fenders to get those out of our way so we can get into the engine compartment and the other parts we need to get to. Dan was a lot of help. He's, you know, he always had the right tool for the job, was always pretty quick to jump in there. So I'd have to say he's pretty good at taking apart a car.
The only reason I had the right tool for the job was that I wouldn't share. Once you find a couple of ratchets that work on 90% of the vehicle, you slide them into your back pocket and don't let them out of your sight.
Yeah, everything was planned out right. We took everything step by step, labeled everything was organized, so we were able to bust right through it.
This team is definitely in a hurry to get the job done. When you can't wait for the thing to get onto the ground to remove the driver's seat, you know you're moving quick.
The load of an engine transmission on the springs, it's always tricky to get the springs off without unleashing all of that energy. You know, it could be dangerous if it's not done properly, so you take the proper safety precautions to do that.
Before we decided to remove the cab, we thought it would be easier if we removed the doors and all the components and all the seats and the steering columns and anything else attaching the cab to the frame.
Having Edgar act as a traffic cop to guide the lift helps ensure we won't put one of the body cart posts through the floor.
But the only part that I had any type of real issue when it came apart was the exhaust system. It was something that actually, when we had put it back together and got it all welded into place, it was a little tricky getting it where it was. And we learned that it was a lot easier to remove it and install it, of course, when the engine and trans are not in the vehicle.
To get the engine out, we got the hoist over the engine and we bolted up the chains to it. Since the cab had been previously removed, it was a lot easier task, and you know, there was no front clip or anything to get in our way.
You would think once the engine and transmission are gone that would be the end of the road. Well, not really. See, the sheet metal may be going for paint and prep, but the suspension and chassis will all get a showroom look as well, just in case someone wants to peek at the underside. We're shooting for nothing but bare rails here.
Yes, it did take only one day to tear it all apart, but to be fair, it took 6 of us to do it.